This issue has been touched upon for many, many months now, and we even had some conferences here in Stockholm on this in the Europe House, and I'm very happy that the cultural side of our life, which is a very important, maybe the most important side, is taking up on this.
I think the topic has been selected very well, the specific theme of populism and culture diplomacy. I have not seen that being discussed widely, but it is pertinent, so I do believe that it really contributed to the discussion in a major way.
I think it was a great experience to have 8 cultural institutes working together to set up this conference, and this is already a big success.
For me, as a cultural counselor working in the US, based in Washington, D.C., the EUNIC cluster is really important to me, and it's actually been a great help and a great tool in my everyday work in the US.
I think this was a terrific day, a great meeting of minds, and I'm so grateful that EUNIC was able to present this platform here in Stockholm.
Culture could be the way to go beyond problems, to gather around a subject that could be difficult to talk about, but through culture we can find another way to approach a sensitive issue, for instance.
It's important to understand that culture is a way to counterbalance the abuse of language and that culture is also a political tool.
We used art and film and music and people to bring in their own perspectives and personal stories on topics like migration, for example.
With culture, we can stop time. We can try to find these systems to provide a dialogue, to provide a debate, to provide content that is what we need.
In the ideal case, we would be able to provide culture the space it needs, able to enhance the channels of communication that we really need in order to combat populism a little bit.
Since that culture is culture, and then it can have impact. But culture, in my opinion, shouldn't serve other goals or other layers of our society as economic or political ones. But in the same time, it has to be connected. So culture, for me, always is a way of seeing it differently, of bringing people together, but also of being self-critical.
The dynamics around populism, which is not only a question of cultural diplomacy, it's also a national issue. So in that sense, it was very interesting.
I believe, as coming back to foreign policy, everybody is saying we can only make our voice heard worldwide if we have a joint voice. Maybe cultural policy also should enter into this European discussion and say what could be the message or what should we do to strengthen this European perspective in the whole world as a part of cultural policy.
Another reflection was also when we heard the artist in the beginning of the day, that the gap between the artist and the cultural policy is bigger from the point of the artist than the other way around. Because we think that we work for the artist, but it seems like the artist doesn't really look at the same way. It's interesting.
Now, this may sound very abstract to you, but in reality it's not. Because the democracy we have established and the European project that we have developed is the best Europe that we ever had. And it's the best democracy that we ever had in post-war Europe. So let's keep the ball rolling, keep on rocking for a free world. This is what I've learned today, and there are forces in all the European countries that we've invited. They're ready to do so. So this is the beginning of a conversation and not the end of it.